We're here at Citrix Synergy in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm speaking with Sridhar Mullapudi. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Can you tell us a little bit about your role at the company and what you're doing here with Citrix?
Sure. I'm Sridhar Mullapudi. I'm SVP of Products. I manage Workspace services as well as the apps team.
And so you cover mostly Workspace, is that?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of announcements at the show around Workspace, so maybe you can give us a little more detail onto the Workspace platform.
Sure. One of the interesting things we've announced is how we're building intelligence into the existing Workspace, right? A key part of that is two aspects. One, we're really building what I call a platform of work, which essentially is we are enabling customers and partners to build intelligence and workflows and micro apps within our platform itself. We are obviously building micro apps out of the box with 20, 30 application stacks with hundreds of micro applications, but we understand the way to scale that is really enable customers and partners to build their vertical specific needs as well, right? So we're building a lot of platform elements and the right tooling for that. Plus, enabling multi-channel integration, whether it's through our Workspace or other channels of engagement customers have, like Slack or Teams or some other applications as well, right? So that's a huge part of the intelligent Workspace as well as the platform aspect of it.
And so, over the next 12 months, where do you see the future direction of it going?
Sure. For the next 6 months, we are super focused on on execution. We have beta customers that are going to get rolled out in a few months, and then looking at the final GA release towards the later half of this year, with out-of-the-box connectors with probably 20-25 application stacks with hundreds of micro applications, right? So that I would say is our next 6 months. Over time, over the next 12 months, as I said, we're building the tooling. I mean, we gave an example of the low-code, no-code, micro app builder, right? So that's one example of a tool which enables customers, partners to build their own micro apps as part of the intelligent Workspace. And we want to scale that, because the reality is the value of the platform comes when we enable simple integrations that any customer and partner can do. So that's a lot of focus from a platform perspective over the next 12 months.
Another thing that I thought was kind of interesting was some of the things that you're doing in security.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Some of the things we've done in Workspace Security are things like access control. So when users are accessing applications, whether it's SaaS applications or web applications or virtual applications, we can put access control policies, right? Not able to be download files or upload or print, copy restrictions. Plus, when they're doing web browsing and things like doing web filtering and those integrations we showed over the course of 6 months. The new ones we've introduced as part of Workspace, it's going to come out soon, is the ability to block keyloggers and when users are trying to scrape screens and things like that. And the beauty of that is integrated into the Workspace app itself. So it's pretty agnostic to the user. The users just using Workspace app to try to get their work done. And if there's any keyloggers, we automatically block it, right? Very seamless experience for the user and protected by default.
What I thought was kind of neat is that it's not just blocking it, but it's actually giving them false information.
Right, for the keyloggers, right, exactly.
And that was pretty neat.
Yes. Yep.
When you try to do a screen capture, it just brings them back a blank screen.
Right,
so
exactly.
They still look like they're getting something, but it's not what they asked for.
And the beauty of that is it doesn't matter what type of application they're accessing. It could be a SaaS application, virtual, micro app. It's all protected by it.
Sure. Another area that you guys have been doing a lot of work in is in your networking side.
Yeah.
And the multi-cloud stuff. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Definitely. I mean, one of the things we've announced is the whole hybrid multi-cloud strategy for networking. I mean, which is pretty straightforward. Traditionally, a lot of our customers built applications, multi-tier applications within their data centers, and that's where we have, Citrix NetScaler or the ADC, sitting in front of that, providing application delivery capabilities. Around security, high availability, load balancing, right? Now, a lot of our customers are now going towards a hybrid multi-cloud where they're augmenting those applications and creating new applications or microservices in other clouds, whether it's Azure or AWS or GCP, and want to have the same capability of a feature-rich ADC capability in those clouds as well. So we build things like CPX and others, which are container focused, for small footprint, beyond VM focused, and created a management and analytics solution we call ADM, which is Application Delivery Management, that enables customers to get the power of everything they've been doing on-prem in a hybrid multi-cloud fashion, seamlessly managed across all the different configurations, right? It's a huge priority for our customers, and it's a seamless transition for them. So we're pretty excited about that. Obviously we're integrating with public clouds. We recently announced integrations with Google, with their Project Anthos as well, which is part of our hybrid multi-cloud story.
Great. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and we hope you have a great rest of the show.
Thank you. Have a great day.